Okay. So Supriya, let's continue with the second part of plant-water relations. The first one we have completed in the previous lecture. That was all about the absorption of water. Okay, so the entire main story about absorption revolves around different steps and different process which takes place in the roots, due to which the water present in the soil is absorbed by the root hair. So there is absorption, passive absorption, osmosis, imbibition, all the process involved, and depending upon the actual status of the plant, the absorption process ultimately takes place. Okay. And we have also seen in the beginning that in the soil there are 4 types of water available for the plants, out of which the one which is actually taken up by the root hair is only the the capillary water.
Yes.
Capillary water.
Yes, correct.
That is the one which is absorbed and taken up by the plants. Okay, so you remember this fact that in the root, it is the root hair which is the absorbing part, and root hair extension of the epidermal cell. Root hair is in contact with the water in the soil.
Yes.
So that root hair will take up the water, and there is a certain pathway which is taking place. Okay, after the water is taken inside, where exactly does it go? Right? So from the root hair is an extension of the epidermis or the epiblema. From there, it will come to the cortex. Remember the diagram I had shown you, right? Lateral conduction of water from the root hair to epidermis.
Yes, I remember.
From the epidermis to the cortex. The last of the cortex is called endodermis. After the pericycle, followed by vesicle, in which the xylem. Yes. So ultimately, the water which is absorbed must reach the xylem tissue. After it reaches the xylem tissue, it is within the root which is happening. From here, the water will now go upwards against gravity. And from here, through the xylem, the water will go upwards from the root to the stem, to the branch, to the petiole, to the midrib, to the veins, to the veinlets, to the mesophyll.
Okay, got it.
The mesophyll cells will get that water. So for now, we are discussing about this aspect of plant-water relation, where the water with the dissolved minerals, which is also called as the sap, how it is ascending. Ascending matlab climbing. Sap matlab water with the dissolved minerals, which is taken up by the root hair. That is what is translocating through the xylem tissue. So in the plants, the vascular tissue, there are xylem vessels. That is the one which is actually conducting the water upwards. इसीलिए इस process translocation of water that we are discussing, it is also called as the ascent of sap. Ascent का मतलब है ascent का मतलब है climbing. Climbing means going against.
Yes, I got it.
That is the point. Is it clear? Okay. Understood which idea, which point are we talking about?
Understood.
Now, in order to understand one main thing, that in this translocation of the solute, it is the xylem which is involved. Xylem ही involved है करके हम कैसे prove करें? So there is a simple experiment carried out called as the ringing experiment. Okay, so there is a twig of a plant which is taken. Okay, the lower part of the stem is inserted in water. एक बीकर में पानी को उसमें insert किया हुआ, and to a certain extent above the stem, there is a portion of the bark which is removed. You know very well, woody stem में बाहर bark होता है, अंदर stem होता है. Okay.
Yeah.
So that outer bark portion is cut and removed. एक cylindrical जैसा ऐसे निकल जाता है. And only the stem is located inside. Also, portion which is done. उसके ऊपर portion में leaves and everything are there, green leaves. So even under such a condition, after some time, when you keep the apparatus as it is observed that the green leaves at above this portion, they still remain fresh, green and healthy. So what is the
Yes.
even that means मैंने bark का layer remove किया, उसके बाद भी ऐसा है. That means the bark is not involved in providing water to the leaves.
Correct. Yes.
Bark is nothing but the phloem tissue.
Yes.
The stem है, that is the xylem tissue. तो मतलब xylem को मैंने damage नहीं किया, तो conduction is going on.
Yes.
So this proves that xylem is the one which is involved in the ascent of sap and not the phloem tissue. Phloem का दूसरा role. Got it now?
Got it.
So that is the main point. First, we have confirmed it. Yes, in the ascent of sap, it is the xylem tissue which is involved. Okay. Now, in order to understand the way in which the xylem conducts the water, there are certain theories put forward. Listen. There are certain theories which are put forward. Okay, ये ascent of sap को prove करने के लिए या explain करने के लिए. So the first such theory is called as the root pressure theory, also called as the vital theory.
Vital theory.
Okay. Theory or vital theory, which was put forward by Joseph Priestley.
Joseph
Priestley. Now don't say that yes, you know him.
Hey, Priestley, क्या था?
Joseph Priestley, he was your classmate? नहीं ना?
No.
Okay. So see, क्या बोलते हैं कि whenever there is a stem portion, okay. Stem portion lower end एक cut stump करके दिखा देते. Cut stump
लिखा है.
This is a stump. Okay.
Yes.
स्टेम का लोअर पार्ट उसके ऊपर पूरा कट कर दिया, उसको स्टम्प बोलते हैं.
Okay, great.
So that means below the lower part of the stem, the roots are there as it is under the soil. Stem का portion.
Oh, I got it. Okay, got it. Yes.
To that end of the stem, if I connect it to a manometer.
What is a manometer?
Manometer is used to measure the pressure.
Yes.
प्रेशर मेजर करने के लिए. तो स्टम्प को कट करते ही मैंने मैनोमीटर इंसर्ट किया एंड देन मैनोमीटर में प्रेशर का लेवल को डिटेक्ट किया.
ओके.
पोर्शन इज कट, so that means xylem भी कट हो गया. But before I cut it, there was something being translocated through the xylem.
Yes.
उसको कट किया. तो क्या प्रेशर आ गया. उस प्रेशर को बोलते हैं हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर.
हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर
इज कॉल्ड हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर. ओके, तो वो हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर इस मैनोमीटर में रिकॉर्ड हो गया. The manometer was showing a high pressure. That is a hydrostatic pressure, which is उसको बाद में नाम दिया गया root pressure by a person called S. Hales. The person called Hales gave the term root pressure to this hydrostatic pressure found in the cut portion of the stem measured by the manometer. Getting it? So hair जो है, जो soil के अंदर है, वो absorb कर रहे हैं, xylem में translocate कर रहा है, so there is a pressure created, and that is also because of osmosis. एकदम adjacent cells अगर देखेंगे, so there is a difference in the concentration gradient. So that's why from one cell to the other there is water being translocated, which is osmosis.
Yes, got it.
This is root pressure development. So accordingly, it is seen कि अगर suppose plant का height 10 to 20 meter, approximately 10 to 20 meter, तो इतने height तक पानी पहुंचाने के लिए root pressure of +1 to +2 bars is enough. कि मतलब 10 से 20 मीटर ऊंचा प्लांट को ऊपर के पत्तों तक अगर पानी पहुंचाना है तो रूट प्रेशर शुड बी अराउंड +1 to +2 bars. देन वाटर ये मैनोमीटर से मेजर हो गया. And then of course
Okay.
upon other mineral factors also, जैसे soil का temperature कितना है, कम ज़्यादा होगा तो accordingly pressure will change, है ना? The amount of salt content along with
Okay. Yes. Okay. Got it.
oxygen levels, moisture content, all these will also play a role. But ये overall theory जो है, it is saying that it is because of the root pressure that the water is translocated upwards in the xylem.
Okay.
In essence,
Got it.
theory called as root pressure theory or vital theory. समझा अच्छी तरह से?
Yes. अच्छी तरह से.
That was the first theory. But इसके
Okay.
objections थे for this theory. Okay, root theory के लिए objections क्या बोला गया? See, सबसे पहले the theory explained about root pressure for plants up to a height of 10 to 20 meter. But there are
Okay.
which are much taller than 20 meter also. है ना? उतने बड़े plants root pressure theory acceptable नहीं है because roots do not have that pressure.
Oh yes. 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 Makes sense. Yeah.
It is also noticed experimentally that sometimes in the absence of a root system also there is ascent of sap taking place. तो वो कैसे हो रहा है? Because roots में ही root pressure develop हो रहा है. अगर root system ही नहीं है तो ascent of sap. So that could not be.
Exactly.
तो इसका
Okay.
आंसर नहीं कर पाए. So objection. And
Okay.
again, it was measured that in very tall gymnosperm trees, you know, giant redwood वगैरह जो बड़े-बड़े trees होते हैं.
हाँ, redwood. Yes.
Yes. तो gymnosperms में बहुत tall trees होते हैं. तो उन trees में देखा गया है कि root pressure value is almost nearly zero. So how is the conduction in such trees? No answer.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Okay. Object.
next objection. See, root pressure is one thing, but along with root pressure, there is something called transpiration also going on.
हाँ. अरे हाँ. Yes.
So, अगर plants ऐसे environmental condition में है कि transpiration is very good, so there is no need of a root pressure at all. Because only because of the transpiration pull, the roots will absorb the water or translocation will.
Yes, correct.
प्रेशर थियरी हम लोग हर प्लांट के लिए हर सिचुएशन में वैलिड है या नहीं बोल सकते.
नहीं. हाँ, correct. Yes.
Okay, because in the plants which are transpiring actively, there is no root pressure developed. Still, there is ascent of sap taking place.
Correct.
That is another objection. Okay, and it's like the xylem sap. That means the whatever is translocated through the xylem. उस sap को under normal condition, it has been noticed that it is under tension. ये वो mental tension नहीं. It is the physical tension जो बोलते हैं ना, जैसे water tension करके होते हैं. There is a film of water which is under.
Oh, I got it. Yes, I got it.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is found to be showing a negative hydrostatic pressure.
Of course.
Osmotic pressure. So वो root pressure against जा रहा है. Again could not be explained by root pressure theory. तो
Okay. Yes.
के लिए ये 5 objections निकल के आ गए which could not be answered. And that's why the root pressure theory is not completely accepted.
Correct.
Though experimentally prove किया है कि yes there is a root pressure in the roots, but उसी के वजह से translocation हो रहे हैं क्या वो confirm नहीं करता.
Yes, correct. हाँ.
Objections.
Object.
ठीक है, that was the first theory. Let's go to the next one. The second theory is called capillarity theory, also called as the physical force theory.
Physical force theory.
Yes. Now see, in the previous sessions I told you the meanings of these two words, adhesion and cohesion. याद है? Yeah, adhesive force, cohesive force.
Oh yes, force. Yes, I remember.
Force of attraction between molecules of the same type is called,
Molecules of the same type. Yes, yes, correct.
and if it is force of attraction between molecules of two different types, then it is adhesive force. Now,
Correct.
फोटो दिखाया जा रहा है पीछे जो बैकग्राउंड में दिख रहा है, these are the xylem vessels through which water is being conducted. Okay, जो blue ये polka dots जैसे दिख रहा है blue में, okay, nothing but water molecules which are going from one xylem vessel to another.
Oh, how cool. Okay.
Yeah. तो उसको अगर हम ध्यान से देखेंगे, तो if you observe carefully, water molecule is H2O.
H2O, yes.
लाइट ब्लू में दिखा है ये H2O है.
Okay.
वाटर से तीन मॉलिक्यूल्स है.
Yes.
Xylem के प्लस सेल का वॉल, that is this brown one, xylem का सेल वॉल.
Yes. Xylem का, oh yes, cell wall.
And water, इनके बीच में adhesive force है. And water के बीच में cohesive forces.
Oh.
I understood this.
Yes.
ये theory क्या बोलता है? This capillarity theory or the physical force theory was put forward by Boehm. 1863.
Yes.
ठीक है. And ये theory क्या बोलते हैं कि जो xylem का vessel है, it will act as a straw. I told you one example, if you remember, while having say coconut water, you will put the straw.
Yes.
And when you
that
will
example. Okay.
so water will enter the straw. Yeah. So
Yes.
along the entire length of the xylem vessel, there is a continuous water column maintained. Because there is cohesive force as well as adhesive force.
Adhesive force.
दोनों फोर्सेस के वजह से xylem के अंदर वो सैप का पूरा कंटिन्यूअस कॉलम मेंटेन है. Getting it? But to this like cohesive force, adhesive force, जिस वजह से capillarity develop हो रहा है, this is able to raise the water upwards only up to a few centimeters. It's like नारियल पानी अगर मुझे पीना है, तो can I take a very long straw? कि नारियल पानी को जमीन पे रखा है, मैं ऊपर से ऐसे पी रहा हूँ. Can you imagine that? Then in that case, suppose if I give you a coconut water and I give you a very long straw, 10 मीटर लंबा straw दूंगा suppose. You will stand on the top of a stool and then you will try to drink from there. So that time, using the same force, if you try to drink that water, you will need a lot of energy to pull that water up. Can you imagine? Because for distance लंबा हो गया. But अगर normal जैसे हम पीते हैं straw में, तो it's just a few centimeters. So you don't require too much energy to drink that water.
Correct.
Now imagine same way for xylem.
Okay, got it.
Centimeters, the xylem vessel can conduct by this theory. Adhesive force, cohesive force leading to capillarity. इसलिए उसको physical force theory बोलते हैं. But you understood the theory properly?
Yes.
ठीक है. अब इसके objections देखिए. इसके objections. Okay. Like क्या निकला इसमें? See, xylem which acts as a capillary tube. Capillary tube मतलब एक पतला सा hollow tube है, which is a capillary tube. See, xylem tube should be long and continuous like this. And it should be from one end and totally hollow from the other end also.
Other end, yes, correct.
Okay, in that case, it might be possible कि अंदर पूरा एक continuous column maintain होगा. Like imagine a very long straw.
Yes. Now अब मेरे को समझा. Okay.
But every plant does not have a xylem of this type. It's not always hollow and always open from end to end. Because जो xylem tracheids होते हैं gymnosperms में, उनका xylem ना ऐसा रहता है. They are closed on both the ends like this.
How cool. Okay.
ये tracheids ऐसे होते हैं. So when they are closed from both the ends, and how will the conduction from one xylem to another take place? ये
Of course. Yes.
Getting it? And second, if we are talking about capillarity, so for that to happen, जो xylem सबसे नीचे वाला जो xylem है roots के पास, that xylem should be directly in contact with the soil water. तब ये capillarity develop हो सकते हैं. But ऐसा xylem vessel जो है वो directly soil से connected नहीं है. Root hair is the one which is connected.
Correct. Yeah.
पानी आ रहा है वो अंदर अंदर lateral conduction से it is coming to the xylem and then it is conducted upwards.
Correct.
So that means there is a barrier between them. Okay, so that's why capillarity theory.
Oh, I got it.
Capillarity theory is questionable. Getting it? Okay, and capillary tube जितना नैरो होगा उतना ज्यादा पानी ऊंचाई तक जाएगा.
कितना नैरो है ना?
जितना नैरो होगा, पतला होगा, उतना पानी ज्यादा ऊपर तक जाएगा.
हाँ, करेक्ट.
If you imagine very tall trees, उनका अगर हम xylem vessel देखेंगे, especially in a cross section, you will see that the xylem vessel, they are broad in diameter, like this.
Broad in the sense? Oh, ऐसा. Okay, got it.
Ideally कैसे होना चाहिए? इतना होना चाहिए.
Yes.
Then the conduction will be maximum. But ऐसा है नहीं.
Yes, correct.
These are also xylem vessel which are quite broad, but still the conduction is taking place.
Got it. Yeah.
The theory again is questionable. Did you understand the three objections to the capillarity theory?
That's it.
Capillarity theory के वजह से translocation हो रहा है या questionable है, but yes, there is a capillarity force existing in the plant. Cohesive force है जरूर, but उसके वजह से translocation हो रहा है क्या? For that, these are the questions.
Okay, got it. Yes.
After this, we go to the third theory, and the third theory is called cohesion tension theory, also called as the tension pull theory.
Yes.
Okay, this was put forward by Dixon and Jolly in 1894.
Okay.
Okay.
1894. Okay.
1894. 1984 नहीं करना.
Okay. I got it.
1994. Dixon and Jolly.
Yeah.
Third theory, cohesion tension theory, also called as transpiration pull theory.
Transpiration pull theory.
Yes. Okay. See, transpiration in detail we are going to see after this. But you know very well, transpiration basically क्या है? From the leaves and the aerial parts of the plants, there is evaporative loss of the water. पूरा ऐसे loss हो जाता है, उसको transpiration बोलते हैं. ठीक है? So,
yes.
aerial parts, when the water is transpired. तो जैसे इमेजिन कर रिवर्स पाथवे कि लीफ के सेल्स में से पानी इवेपोरेट होके वाटर लॉस हो गया, तो लीव्स आर बिकमिंग ड्राई.
वाटर इवेपोरेट होके ये हो गया. ओके यस.
लीव्स को पानी चाहिए, अभी लीव्स में पानी कम पड़ गया, तो लीव्स के पानी कम हो गया, तो लीव्स विल पुल द वाटर फ्रॉम द वैस्कुलर बंडल ऑफ द लीफ, दैट इज द जाइलम.
Yes.
लीफ के जाइलम में से पानी अगर एब्जॉर्ब किया, तो दैट मींस द वेनलेट्स एंड द वेन्स ऑफ द लीफ आर पुलिंग द वाटर.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
I got it.
वेन्स अगर पानी खींच रहे हैं, वो कहां से खींचेंगे? मिडरिप से. मिडरिप से पानी खींचा जाएगा, तो वो कहां से खींचेगा? पीटियोल से.
ये बोला था. Yes.
Then PTL एब्जॉर्ब होगा, तो PTL कहां से खींचेगा? स्टेम या फिर ब्रांच में.
स्टेम से. Yes, correct. Yes.
ओके, तो स्टेम के सेल्स पानी ऊपर खींचेगा, तो कहां से? फ्रॉम द रूट्स. And roots will pull the water from the root branches, primary, secondary.
Yes. It also has branches. Yes.
And ultimately वो कहां से खींचेंगे? root hairs. So because of this reverse pressure that is taking place, the root hair will pull the water from the soil.
Yes.
दैट मीन्स ये उल्टा खींचने के वजह से स्टेम के अंदर ट्रांसलोकेशन का पूरा कांस्टेंट कॉलम बना हुआ है.
Correct.
It's called as a transpiration pull. Going back to the same example, coconut water.
Okay.
So you place your mouth on the tip of the straw and you suck the water.
Okay.
You're doing this transpiration. तो जिसके वजह से straw के अंदर क्या है, एक column maintained है ना. So because you are pulling the water from up, there is absorption and translocation taking place in the straw.
Correct. Yes, I got it. I got it.
Tension theory, also called as transpiration pull theory. So technically speaking, ये process में हो क्या रहा है? There is a negative pull created. उल्टे direction में ना तो negative pull.
अच्छा, okay, yes, correct.
So it starts and there is an increased DPD, diffusion pressure deficit. याद है?
Yes, I remember.
21.
Yes.
Right? वो increase होता है transpiration pull के वजह से.
हाँ, yes.
And ये देखना, the pathway which I said, mesophyll, xylem of the vein, the petal, the stem, primary roots, तो ये cohesion tension theory या transpiration pull theory. Is it clear?
Got it, clear. Very clear.
हमने बोला था first one was
absorption.
Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, tell me.
Blur कर देने का. Don't irritate.
Okay, tell me.
अभी जो 3 theories हमने discuss की है, मैं उनके नाम पूछ रहा हूँ.
Oh, the first one is
वो इतने बड़े-बड़े कान लेके बैठी है.
First one is cohesion tension.
Yeah. Think and answer. Before you open the mouth, think what you are telling. Have some cohesion. What was the name of the theory?
P for what? उसका नाम क्या है?
Name of the theory.
Oh yes, theory. Root pressure.
Root pressure theory, correct. Also called as something with V.
V for
vital theory.
Vital theory. Yes.
Put forward by J
P for
correct.
JP.
JP बोलेगी. Joseph Priestley. पूरा बोल.
अच्छा हाँ, Joseph is his name. Joseph Priestley.
Okay. Second theory.
Priestley.
Second theory.
Second theory is root tension हो गया. Then it goes translocation. नहीं, एक मिनट, give me.
I'm asking the name of the theory and the person who put it forward. Come on.
Okay, wait.
First one was root pressure or vital theory by Joseph Priestley. Second one,
Joseph Priestley ने किया. Then extend this over. There was one more. 1 second.
something with C.
C for cohesion tension theory. No. C for cuckoo.
Capillarity theory, also called the physical force theory.
Physical force theory. Yes.
Put forward by
capillary theory was put forward by who?
B for Bombay.
What?
B for Bombay. Who put it forward?
Bombay. Bison.
Bohem. Bison animal. Capillarity force theory, also called physical force theory by Bohem.
Given by Bohan.
Was cohesion tension theory, also known
Given by
as
Dixon and Jolly in 1894.
no. Okay, now this transpiration pull theory that we just discussed, इसके लिए भी objections है.
Great.
Okay,
Tell me.
इसका क्या objection है कि first requirement for the transpiration pull to take place, the water column should be unbroken and continuous.
Unbroken and okay, yes.
रूट से लेकर पूरे मीजोफिल तक जो कंटिन्यूस कॉलम है वो मेंटेन रहना चाहिए.
Maintain रहना चाहिए. Yes.
Wherever the plant exists, वहाँ पे temperature fluctuation between day and night. Okay, due to difference in the amount of water availability, xylem vessels के अंदर air bubble या gas bubble जाने का chance है. उसको embolism करके बोलते हैं. So in that case, yes, कि straw के अंदर जैसे air bubble चला गया, तो
yes.
water maintain नहीं होगा.
Okay, वैसा. Okay, got it. Yes.
Okay, and according to this mechanism, it can be assumed that जो tracheids हैं, they are more efficient as compared to vessels. See, in the case of gymnosperms, there are tracheids present, and in angiosperms, there are vessels present.
Yes.
अगर ये transpiration pull theory के बारे में बोला जाए तो this mechanism is much more efficient in the case of tracheids as compared to vessels, because tracheids का है वो tapering है, vessels का end open है.
Yes, हाँ. Oh, got it. Yes.
ऐसे उल्टा कैसे हो गया? It could not be answered. Okay, and the very important objection कि transpiration पे अगर इतना depend कर रहे हैं, there are various situations where transpiration does not take place.
Yes, correct.
ऐसा है कि if it is like जैसे peak of the monsoon, बहुत dark cloudy weather है, very high humidity, so there is hardly any transpiration going on.
हाँ, correct. Yes.
So if there is no transpiration at all, still there is translocation taking place.
Yes.
Transpiration pull की ही वजह से अगर transpiration होना है, so it cannot be activated.
Okay. Yes, correct.
And the other important thing, transpiration mostly take place from the leaves. But still it is observed that those plants which are deciduous, जो अपने old को shed कर देते हैं.
Yes.
तो मतलब इसमें leaves है ही नहीं, shed कर दिया. Still there is ascent of sap taking place. तो अगर
Okay, got it.
transpiration ही नहीं हो रहा है, तो वहाँ ascent of sap कैसे हो रहा है? So that was another objection.
Okay, got it.
But still, besides all these, transpiration pull theory is the one which is the most accepted among all the three theories.
Okay. Yes.
It might also be possible that ascent of sap will not follow any one theory always. Sometimes cohesion, sometimes transpiration, sometimes root pressure.
Sometimes. Yes, correct.
इसलिए सारे theories का जानना जरूरी है. ठीक है? Understood about properly?
Understood.
No doubt.
Understood properly. Yeah,
Okay.
no doubt.
About
Yeah.
translocation of solutes, the water.
What is this game?
Listen, transport of sap across the xylem in the plants.
Okay.
That we have completed. Okay. Now, when you talk about the water reaching the leaves, water with the dissolved minerals.
Yes.
By any mechanism, वो theories हमने देखी. Ultimately, the water has reached the leaves.
Okay.
इस
Yes.
के अंदर ये पानी और minerals का जाना जरूरी है. So if you imagine any cell of a leaf, mesophyll.
Mesophyll.
Yeah, imagine ये एक mesophyll cell है suppose.
Okay.
Plant cell ultimately, तो उसका बाहर cell wall है और अंदर plasma membrane. Cell wall is freely permeable.
Yes.
किसी मॉलिक्यूल या आयन को रोक नहीं सकता है जाने से. It is freely permeable. It will allow everything to pass through. But
Yes.
the plasma membrane that is selectively permeable.
Mm-mm.
That means it will be able to regulate which ions, which molecules, which solute should enter the cell.
Okay. Okay, that way. Okay, yes, correct.
तो अभी हम लोग उसके बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं.
Okay.
The water with the sap, the correct word is sap. That sap has reached the leaves. Reaching the leaves. Now how there is the regulation going on. Okay, which molecules will enter the cell of the leaf, which one will not enter.
Okay.
So that is the transport of ions across the cell membrane. तो ये जो दिख रहा है,
Across the cell membrane.
ये उल्टा सीधा दो आदमी खड़ा है.
Yeah.
और ऊंची जैसा. This is the phospholipid bilayer of the plasma.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. समझा मुझे. Yes. Got it. Yes.
Okay. There were some fireworks here. That's all. Okay.
Oh.
You remember
Wow.
the mosaic model?
Yes.
Plasma membrane का fluid mosaic model याद है?
Yes, of course.
Phospholipid bilayer. In between there.
Yes.
So this portion is outside the cell. This portion is inside the cell.
Inside the cell. Yes.
कुछ molecules
Yes. Yes.
कुछ है जो बाहर से अंदर जाना है. So how it is regulated on the plasma membrane? That's what we are going to see.
Okay.
Now, see this. Along with the water, there are mineral elements which are present in the soil. जैसे soil में naturally minerals होते हैं, हम fertilizer वगैरह डालते हैं. So there are minerals available in the soil for the plants.
Yes.
So they are taken up by the plants either in a dissolved form or in an adsorbed form.
Adsorbed.
Okay, ये mineral elements. So elements from the periodic table I'm telling. ठीक है?
Oh, okay, that. Okay.
Salts हैं, वो solution बनेगा. And the adsorbed है, which are only on the surface of the water particles. So they will form colloids or micelles.
Micelles?
Micelles
Yes.
particles,
Yes.
atoms on the surface. Now, in the sap, they are absorbed either in ionic form as cations or anions. So कुछ
Correct.
जो cations होते हैं, which are positive ions, you know, in chemistry.
Positive ions.
जैसे ammonium ions, okay, or you can say potassium, magnesium, calcium, Fe plus, Zn plus. ये सब elements हैं which are acting as cations.
Correct. Yes.
And anions के form में you are having nitrate, nitrite, phosphate, sulfur, boron, molybdenum. They exist as anions. Elements plants के लिए जरूरी है. They are having their own functions. Soil में according to the availability, along with the water, they will be entering the plants.
Okay, got it.
So all these elements or minerals are taken through the root cells, which are in association with the soil solution.
Soil solution.
Root hairs. So cell wall is freely permeable. इसमें से कोई भी चीज cell wall तो आराम से पार कर दे. When it comes to the cell membrane, they act as barriers. Barriers in the sense they will not stop completely, but they will regulate. और regulate इसको अंदर जाने देना है कि नहीं देना.
Okay, got it.
Getting it?
Yes.
Okay, that is a very important part. So all the minerals which are required for the plants are divided into two categories.
Great.
Some are macro elements, while some
And
are micro.
Yes.
Macro elements, matlab they are very important elements which are required in large quantities by all the plants,
Yes.
having major functions.
Okay.
Large quantities में है इसलिए macro elements बोलते हैं. So here you are having carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, nitrogen, Then sulfur, magnesium,
Okay.
and include even
Yes.
potassium over here.
अरे but oh that is first. Yes, correct.
So potassium भी आएगा यहाँ पे. That is macro element.
Yeah.
Micro elements में there are other minerals which are required in comparatively less quantities or very less
Less
quantity.
quantity. Yes.
So trace elements भी बोलते हैं, but still they are required even though they are in trace quantities. Because उनके absence में deficiency के symptoms आते हैं plants में.
Okay.
So you have lead, cobalt, manganese, boron, zinc, etc.
Zinc, etc. Okay. Got it.
Iron, molybdenum, most of the micro elements. So all these are present in the soil along with the water.
Water.
Correct.
Yes.
So talking about the mobilization, कि mineral ions plants के cells के अंदर तो आ गए. Now how do you make them go all the way to the leaves? That is mobilization.
Yes.
So क्या होता है? Many times you must have seen in a natural forest area कि the old leaves,
Yes.
वो उसका कलर इस तरह से हो जाते हैं, brownish to golden color.
Yes, old leaves.
So when they are attached to the plant before falling, all the elements and substances are translocated to these old leaves before they fall down.
Correct. Oh, yes.
Soil, and they will be acted upon by decomposers. Decomposers will break down their nutrients and then they will be available to the young leaves when they grow.
What? I didn't know that. Oh. Okay.
Whatever important elements are there, they will go back to the soil. And उसी soil में जब नए grow होंगे,
wow, how cool.
तो ये उस तरह से recycle होते रहते हैं.
Okay. Yeah.
So that is why even ये जो dry leaves वगैरह हम बोलते हैं, जो हमें ऐसा लगता है कि they are useless for the plant, but they are very important ecosystem.
Yes, correct.
I don't know that. Until there is any human interference, ये जो old leaves वगैरह decompose हो रहे soil में, they are essential for the growth of new plant parts. So where decomposers also come into picture.
Yes, correct. Got it.
Okay. So
yes.
Mineral ions वगैरह जो है वो plasma membrane से pass होता है. There are various mechanisms for that. It's a big concept actually. Okay. So there are different types of proteins present on the plasma membrane. Some of them are chemicals, some of them are channels. Then there are pumps. Again, there is active and passive transport. So according to the respective ions are translocated. Okay. Now, अभी तक हमने देखा कि since we are talking only about the water part over here, plant water relations है ना, तो अभी हमें ये भी देखना है कि leaves के cells में water पहुंच गया.
Leaves के cells में water पहुंच गया?
Translocation हो गया ना? Cells of the leaves have got their requirement of the water.
Yes, correct.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, correct.
Sit. Camera नीचे करो. Camera. Your camera. थोड़ा नीचे.
Camera. Okay. Yeah. Better?
And don't go to sleep.
Okay. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen. So, translocation of water has taken place.
Correct.
The sap has reached the leaves. So, water with the dissolved minerals has crossed the plasma membrane, entered the leaves. Okay? Now, leaves पहुंचने के बाद, the plant cells have made use of that water. Water is one of the raw materials for photosynthesis. So जब photosynthesis हुआ leaf के cells में, so the product that is formed is the food.
Food, yes.
Leaf के cells में photosynthesis होकर organic solutes बन गया. but the food. अब ये लीफ के सेल्स में खाना जब बन गया, it should go to every part of the plant.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, so it must go to every part of the plant because every part of the plant needs that organic solute.
Correct. Yes.
Translocation. पहला वाला translocation देखा, that was about the water with the dissolved minerals, the raw material onto the leaves.
Yes.
अब ये manufactured product from the leaf to every part of the plant. When that is translocated, it takes place through the phloem tissue.
Phloem. Yes.
It takes
Oh, phloem. Yes.
so जो पहला हमने translocation देखा वो xylem से,
Xylem में था. Yes.
water with the minerals in it. ये वाला है phloem tissue जिसमें पास हो रहे हैं organic solutes.
Organic solutes. Yes. Correct.
Translocation of solutes.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
The translocation.
Yes. हाँ.
ठीक है, xylem phloem. Xylem में सिर्फ water with the minerals. Phloem में
Yes.
solutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here. What? Yeah. Okay. Now see. During the summer season and the spring season,
Yes.
both these seasons, the growth of the plant is prolific. They are of the growth, maximum growth takes place.
Okay.
अभी season चल रहा है, almost the beginning of the winter season. Now it's a dry season.
Yes.
Dry season में growth is less.
Yes.
So during the summer and the spring season, when maximum food is manufactured in the plants, तो phloem tissue में translocate होकर plants के बहुत सारे perinating organs तक transport कर देते हैं. Perinating listen, relax. Perinating organs का मतलब है there are certain organs which are produced in the plant, mostly which are underground, जहाँ पे food जमा करके होते हैं. So winter season they will survive, and in the next growing season they will germinate. उसको perinating organs को survive कर लेते हैं. Got it? So example of organs is like you can say potato tubers, onion bulb, ginger rhizome. Yeah, there.
Oh, now I got it. Yes.
Perinating organs.
Yes, got it.
Okay. So translocation of the soluble products of photosynthesis occurs through the phloem tissue.
Yes.
Phloem tissue से पूरे प्लांट के सारे पार्ट्स तक वो पहुंचाना जरूरी.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So phloem tissue has got 4 different components.
Okay.
Standard में we have discussed about anatomy of flowering plants.
Correct.
उसमें Xylem phloem का पूरा details पढ़ा था. The phloem tissue 4 components हैं. You have sieve tubes, companion cells.
अच्छा, oh that. Yes.
And phloem fibers.
Yes.
तो इन चारों component में से it is only the sieve tube which are modified in such a way that translocation of sucrose from the phloem will take place.
Okay, got it.
The sieve tubes. So मतलब it's not the entire phloem tissue, but only the sieve tubes which are involved in translocation of the food. Getting it? इसके साथ होते हैं companion cells. They also assist in the translocation, but phloem parenchyma is only for storage. Phloem fibers are only for mechanical support.
Okay. Yes.
Got it? Okay. So yes, vertical translocation. Okay.
Vertical
Observe this
translocation.
diagram carefully. ये है sieve tube का cell. One after the other.
Okay.
Okay. Sieve tube cell one after the other. With every sieve tube, just adjacent to it, there is a companion cell.
Okay.
The companion cell has its own nucleus. Sieve tube does not have a nucleus. And the name, as you can see, companion cell. Companion मतलब क्या? A very close friend or something you can say.
Yes, correct.
Best friend है companion cell.
Yes, okay.
Nucleus है वो दोनों को regulate करता है.
Yeah.
And it is also observed that अगर sieve tube का cell damage हो जाता है and the sieve tube cell will die, the corresponding companion cell also dies.
Okay, great. Yes.
So,
Wow.
but they are involved in translocation.
इसलिए उसको companion cell बोलता है. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ये sieve का जो adjacent ends है between two successive sieve tubes, you can see the sieve plate over here. Yes, sieve plate.
Yes, I can.
Getting it? Now observe the sieve.
Yes.
Each you take and see in a cross section. In a okay. So here you can see a sieve tube का cell है, and just
What?
you can find a companion cell.
Yes, I can.
And sieve tube के cell में you can see there are pores present.
Yes.
ये जो gaps है ना बीच में.
Yes, correct.
Which are being shown. ये pores है. इसको sieve pores भी बोलते हैं. So many cells together forms a sieve plate.
Sieve plate. Great. Okay.
Imagine जैसे किचन में गरम तेल में भजिया तल रहे. मस्त एकदम कांदे भजिया.
Okay.
Getting it?
Correct.
को निकालने के लिए you use that big spoon. उसका कैसा?
Yes. अच्छा वैसा. Yes. Oh yes.
Like
Nice example.
it is like that. Okay. Example नहीं चलना है. Please remember you had to write sieve tube and sieve plate.
Of course. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes,
understood the same thing in LS and TS both. Understood the LS and TS both.
Yes. Understood.
Okay, so sieve tube, okay, it's connected by sieve plates, and adjacent to it there are companion cells having a nucleus.
Nucleus. ठीक है.
तो ये सब involved है vertical translocation. Any doubt?
No doubt.
Okay, fine. So अभी देखते हैं lateral translocation कैसे हो रहा है. Okay.
Cool.
Yes. Now lateral translocation का मतलब है कि stem के अंदर phloem के सेल में food is there.
Yes.
See, हमने roots के केस में क्या देखा था? Root hair से लेकर epidermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, xylem. That was a lateral translocation of water. Same way यहाँ पर in the stem there is a lateral translocation of food from the phloem to every other part of the stem.
Yes.
Stem का cross section. Here you can see this portion is the phloem tissue.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Phloem tissue को पार करते हुए you can see bundle sheath cell, pericycle, endodermis, cortex.
Yes.
Cortex से लेकर
Oh, yes. Now I got it.
inside the stem there is lateral conduction going on. So ये भी जरूरी है. Translocation of food material from the phloem to the pith across the stem. ये pith
Yes, correct.
pith से लेकर सेंटर के phloem से लेकर सेंटर के pith तक.
Yes, correct.
So lateral translocation भी दो तरह का है. One which is taking place in the roots, where water from the root hair is conducted all the way to the xylem.
Correct.
ये lateral translocation है food material का from the phloem to the pith.
Got it.
इसमें
Wow, how cool.
parenchyma and उस parenchyma में ये सुक्रोज पहुंचकर वहां पे स्टोर करना है.
Yes, correct. Yes, got it.
अच्छी तरह समझा.
अच्छी तरह समझा.
Mechanism of translocation.
What is that?
का translocation हो रहा है उसका mechanism क्या है? Okay. When you talk about mechanism of translocation, उसको explain करने के लिए एक theory है, which is known as bunch pressure or the mass flow hypothesis?
Munch, lunch, brunch. Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah. No lunch over here, please. It is
Okay. I got it.
why it is munch. It is not inspired from any chocolate or something. ये जो scientist है जिनका नाम है Ernst Munch. Okay, he was the put forward this hypothesis. इसलिए इसको बोलते हैं munch pressure और mass flow hypothesis.
Okay, fine, got it.
It is either an active process or a passive process. Active where it involves spending expenditure of energy. Passive where no energy is spent.
Yes, correct.
Passive. And for translocation of food through the phloem tissue, ये सबसे ज़्यादा accepted theory.
Okay, yes, of course. Yes, yes.
ठीक है? So it put forward FF Munch in 1930.
But उसका नाम E से start होता है. Why FF?
Ernst FF Munch ऐसा. So just remember Munch.
Okay, got it.
ठीक
Got
है?
it. 1930.
According to this theory, ये क्या बोला गया है कि there are physical forces which are involved that cause the translocation and which are called passive forces. Without
Okay, fine.
so they are physical forces. Okay, so it's like अभी leaf का जो cells है, that is where the manufacturing is taking place. वहाँ food बन रहा है, तो इसलिए उनको बोलेंगे source cells.
Source cell
Source का मतलब है where the food is manufactured.
manufactured. Okay, yes.
तो
Correct.
वो फूड को पहुंचाना है जहां पे डिलीवर करना है वो हो गया सिंक सेल्स.
Sink cells. Okay, got it. How cool.
It
Yeah.
can be any other part of the stem, any part of a fruit or maybe underground roots. तक वो खाना पहुंचाना है उसको बोलेंगे सिंक. तो from the source to the sink there is a turgor pressure gradient developed.
Turgor. Yes.
Turgor pressure, rigidity, flaccidity.
Yes.
Option, right? तो ये turgor का जो difference बना हुआ है from the source to the sink, it is because of that the translocation takes place, and that's why
Okay.
pressure gradient को driving force बोलते हैं.
Got it.
So water along with the solutes will move in bulk. एकदम बहुत सारा quantity एक साथ bulk में.
Okay.
That's why the solutes are so translocated.
Okay, got it.
Mass flow करके बोला गया. Imagine
Okay. Oh.
when you were in school, okay, in the younger classes. So school में
Okay.
suppose in the entire day you have 6 lectures school में. So afternoon आखिरी lecture जब खत्म होता है and when the bell rings, you know very well how the students rush out of the class.
Yes, I know.
Mass flow. Getting it? Even if you just stand over there,
Oh, okay, got it.
mass.
Yeah, bulk.
So there are bulk. Getting it along the seam flows, because of which there is translocation taking place. Got it? Okay.
Got it.
Now,
Yes.
ये देखो translocation क्या है किसका हो रहा है? Most commonly through the phloem tissue, it is the sucrose which is being translocated.
Sucrose.
Sucrose.
Yes.
Okay. And seed tube में from the source to the sink. That is the one which is.
Just to the sink. Yes.
Now, the main point is, okay, imagine cells of the leaf. I'll show you this.
Okay. Sure.
Suppose ये leaf है.
Oh wow.
Okay. ये mid leaf का. And there are veins. Okay? And veinlets.
Yes.
Leaf के lamina में suppose any one mesophyll over here.
Okay.
This is where the sucrose is manufactured.
Okay. हाँ.
अब ये सुक्रोज को फ्लोएम तक डाल के ट्रांसलोकेट करना है.
Oh my god.
the nearest veinlet is this one.
Yes, correct.
Getting it? तो यहाँ जो फूल
Yes.
बना है इस मेसोफिल से लेकर इस वेनलेट के फ्लोएम टिश्यू तक पहले लाना होगा. तो इस वेनलेट के सीड ट्यूब एलिमेंट तक जो मेसोफिल से आता है that is a short translocation which is going on.
Okay. ठीक है.
Because nearest वेनलेट तक नहीं जाएगा तो फ्लोएम के अंदर चढ़ाएंगे कैसे? It's like if there is a say factory. Okay, एक फैक्ट्री है एंड फैक्ट्री में कुछ प्रॉपर ऐसे गुड्स मैन्युफैक्चर हो रहे हैं. So whatever is manufactured over there, they are packed and kept ready in a box to be transferred to the market.
Yes.
तो फैक्ट्री के अंदर में भी एक गोडाउन होगा, वहां पे सारा मटेरियल स्टोर करके रखा हुआ है.
Yes.
मार्केट तक पहुंचाने के लिए एक बड़े से ट्रक का अरेंजमेंट किया, ट्रक और टेम्पो. For the tempo is your seed tube element.
Yes. Okay, got it.
Cell, the leaf mesophyll.
Yes. Got it. समझ गया.
टेम्पो जो है वो खाली टेम्पो फैक्ट्री के दरवाजे तक जाएगा, फैक्ट्री के अंदर जाएगा.
Yes. हाँ.
So फैक्ट्री का दरवाजा is your veinlet.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Is where the tempo and backside portion will be empty. अब उसके बाद को काम करना होगा, गोडाउन में से माल का बॉक्स एक एक उठाकर टेम्पो के अंदर भरना है.
Yes.
So that is what is happening out here. कि मेसोफिल से लेकर नियरेस्ट वेनलेट तक टेम्पो सामान भर रहे हैं.
Okay, got it.
Once the truck or the tempo is fully filled up, the tempo भर जाएगा. Then what will happen? Then the driver will start the truck and the truck will drive all the way to the market. तो वो पूरा सेफ ट्रांसलोकेशन
Sync होता है. Yes. So to sync.
ये पूरा सेफ ट्यूब एलिमेंट से होते हुए wherever it has to be delivered. अब मार्केट में पहुंचने के बाद भी ट्रक में से सामान उतारना पड़ेगा. Are you getting it?
Getting it.
शॉप और स्टोर वहां पर सामान फिर से उतारना पड़ेगा. So
Yes, correct.
Sync cells. Are you getting it? Okay.
Getting it.
जो
Yes.
फैक्ट्री के गोडाउन में टेम्पो में सामान भरा गया था, that is phloem loading.
Okay, got it.
Sucrose is being loaded into the phloem tissue.
What? Okay, got it.
And on the other side, after the translocation is over, wherever it has reached, यहाँ पे सिंक सेल है, सामान उतारना है, that is phloem unloading.
Unloaded. Okay. Oh, okay, got it. समझ गया.
सुक्रोज लीफ सेल से कंपेनियन सेल में होते हुए सीड ट्यूब एलिमेंट में जाएगा, that is phloem loading. Seed tube will translocate it wherever it is required. Again, there will be companion cell and the sink cell.
Unloading.
निकाला जाएगा तो phloem unloading.
Got it. Yes.
Loading जो है वो एनर्जी रिक्वायरिंग प्रोसेस है.
Of course.
चढ़ाना, getting it, सामान उतारना
Yes.
प्रोसेस है.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes. Clear. Very clear.
So phloem loading कैसे करेगा? Phloem loading 4 स्टेप्स है.
Unloading का भी होगा. चलो.
सबसे पहला स्टेप क्या होगा कि whatever is the photosynthetic product, mostly it is the sucrose.
Yes.
तो लीफ के मेसोफिल सेल में जो क्लोरोप्लास्ट है जिसमें फोटोसिंथेसिस हुआ सुक्रोज बना,
Yes.
उसके मैट्रिक्स में से उसी सेल के साइटोप्लाज्म में आएगा.
हाँ.
फर्स्ट में फोटोसिंथेसिस हुआ, द फर्स्ट इमीडिएट प्रोडक्ट इज ग्लूकोज. So glucose is there in the matrix of the chloroplast, where it will be transferred from the chloroplast to the cytoplasm of the mesophyll cell.
Yes, tell me.
In the cytoplasm of the mesophyll cell, that glucose will be converted to sucrose.
Yes. Oh, okay.
That
Yes.
is the first step. मेसोफिल सेल में ही सुक्रोज बन गया. Okay.
बनता है. Yes.
Second
Yes.
step will be sucrose will have to travel a few cells, mesophyll, to the nearest sieve tube element.
Sieve tube element.
Veinlet होगा या vein होगा.
Yes, correct.
It's called as short distance transport.
Oh yes, you told me that. Yes.
And then the third step would be the sugar will now enter the sieve tube companion cell complex.
Yes, correct.
Companion cell से होते हुए sieve tube में जाएगा तो phloem loading, and then it will be followed by the entire actual transport of the sugar from the root to the root, which is the sink cell. ये है long distance.
Yes, correct.
Getting it?
Got it.
Step phloem loading.
Goes to the- Yes,
Then comes phloem unloading.
of course.
Unloading में क्या होगा? Wherever it has reached, the sink cells are there. Now the transport of the sugar from sieve elements to the sink or the consuming cells. Okay. So
Oh, okay. Yes.
the Synplast pathway which is followed. You remember Synplast, apoplast we had discussed. If it goes from one cell to the other inside the cells.
Inside the cells. Yes. Yes.
तो इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस से होते हुए या मेम्ब्रेन से होते हुए जाएगा तो एपोप्लास्ट.
Apoplast. Yes.
This
Correct.
means Synplast. Okay. Phloem unloading is along the concentration gradient. कि ज्यादा से कम की तरफ. And that's why
Got
it's
it.
a passive process.
Yes.
And apoplastic अगर रहेगा तो maybe an active process.
Yes. Maybe.
Passive.
Oh, this you told me. Yes.
तो पहला स्टेप होगा अनलोडिंग का कि सीव ट्यूब पहुंच गया, ट्रक पहुंच गया मार्केट में.
Correct.
तो ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ शुगर आउट ऑफ द सीव ट्यूब, followed by the sugar will then diffuse from the sieve tube into the sink cell.
Yes.
Okay. The next step becomes it is either consumed as it is, or अगर उसको वहाँ store करना है तो it is converted into starch and then stored in the cell.
Okay.
स्टार्च होता है तो वो कहीं से आया है in the form of sucrose, and then in the tuber it is converted into starch and stored over there.
Correct.
That
Yes.
is unloading. So अच्छी तरह समझा phloem loading and unloading.
अच्छी तरह समझा. Yes.
Read out. So we have
Got out.
the second process of the second story of plant water relation, and that is translocation.
Oh no. Okay, got it.
तो पहला हमने absorption खत्म किया था, second one was translocation. तो translocation हमने दो तरह के देखे. First one was through the xylem.
Xylem.
And the dissolved minerals was translocated from the roots to the leaves. Second translocation we saw was the transfer of the manufactured photosynthetic products from the leaf to every part of the plant.
Correct. Yes.
Through the phloem tissue. अच्छी तरह समझा?
अच्छी तरह समझा.
Without in translocation.
No doubt.
So we'll go to the next part, that is transpiration. This is very interesting.
Transpiration. Yes.
So transpiration हो जाएगा तो lesson will be over.
Yeah.
We will finish it, right? Okay.
Yes.
अभी तक हमने ट्रांसपिरेशन टर्म तो देखा ही है, उसका मीनिंग भी हमने जाना है. ट्रांसपिरेशन क्या है? The loss of water in the form
of water vapor
from the air parts of the plant. See, it is most commonly the leaves, but it is always only the leaves. Major part of transpiration is from the leaves, but along with it, transpiration can take place from every other aerial part. Flower
yes, correct.
सेपल्स में से होते हैं, फ्रूट के वॉल में से होता है, यंग ग्रीन से होता है. Okay, any aerial part, but not from the roots.
Yes.
Transpiration. So let us see the details of transpiration. ये देखो, along with transpiration there is a process which is associated with that, उसको बोलते हैं guttation.
Guttation.
Have you
What
seen
is that?
this anytime? ये जो दिख रहा है photos में,
Droplets. What are droplets?
see water droplets on the leaf margin.
Yes. Oh.
So
Oh, how cool.
season you will be able to see it more. तो कभी कभी क्या होता है कि प्लांट्स के सेल्स के अंदर कभी एक्सेस वाटर होता है मोर देन
Okay.
तो वो प्लांट
Yes.
सेल्स में से बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई प्रेशर एंड लेस ट्रांसपिरेशन द वाटर जस्ट ओजेस आउट, मतलब वो इवेपोरेट नहीं होता है, वाटर ड्रॉपलेट की तरह बाहर आता है।
Okay. Okay. Okay.
तो नजर नहीं आएगा, you cannot see transpiration. But here what you are able to observe कि they are coming out as water droplets एकदम along the margin, जहां पर वो एंडिंग है वहां पे एकदम आके बाहर निकल रहा है।
Okay, got it. Yes.
Water which is oozing out, इस प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं guttation.
Guttation.
Guttation is different from transpiration. Guttation मतलब oozing out of the water droplets.
Yes, correct.
मतलब evaporation
Oh,
of water.
got it, got it.
Guttation
Yes.
is visible, transpiration is not visible.
ठीक है, got it.
जो
Yes.
water निकल रहा है, it usually contains sugars or it can have salt. It cannot necessarily always only water. Guttation. तो ये भी transpiration से associated है, that's why it was mentioned.
Yes, correct.
So now see, what happens is whenever plants absorb the water, हमने absorption का पूरा कहानी देखी।
Yeah.
रूट हेयर में से जब एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं तो दे ऑलवेज एब्जॉर्ब सफिशिएंट क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर।
Sufficient. Yes, हाँ.
पानी अच्छा खासा रहेगा तो दे विल ऑलवेज एब्जॉर्ब सफिशिएंट क्वांटिटी ऑफ वाटर। ओके,
Yes.
and from the stems and the leaves when the water reaches over there a major part is just lost, evaporated out, and
Okay, yes, of course.
very
That I want to.
of
Yes.
the water which the plants are absorbing is utilized by the plant for its own development and metabolism.
And metabolic process. Yes, correct.
इधर तो उसका लॉस ही है। Transpiration अगर देखा जाए तो it is kind of an evaporation process, but it is not exactly evaporation. There are differences between both.
Okay, 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 got it.
Transpiration biological process है, evaporation physical process है। ठीक है, so evaporation में what is happening, there is a loss of water from the free surface, while in the case of transpiration the water will pass through the epidermis and then it will just come out of the stomata, then it is transpiration. Okay,
Good evening. Oh, yes, I can see.
understood this? So
Yes, understood.
एक फ्री सरफेस में से पानी का लॉस होना।
Yes.
Inside the cells of the leaf, from the mesophyll to the epidermis, the water will come and it will come out through the small pores called the stomata.
Stomata. Yes.
Okay, ये देख basic differences between evaporation and transpiration.
Okay.
It's a physiological process. Transpiration एक physical process है।
Yes.
कटोरे में गर्म पानी रखा तो भी पानी evaporate होगा, but there is no physiology. But transpiration will take place only in living plants.
Okay.
From living as well as non-living plants.
Yes.
It's like suppose in a hot summer afternoon, you are out playing in the hot sun or maybe you are gone out for some work. You come back, you are
Okay.
anything, you sit under the fan. The fan, your sweat evaporates. That time you are not transpiring.
Oh, yes. Oh, मेरे को समझा. Nice example. Yeah.
So transpiration is loss of water from the free surface of cells and evaporation is loss of water from the free surface of water.
What is it? Yes.
Open water bodies like rivers, seas, oceans, उसमें से summer से पानी evaporate होता है and that's a part of the water cycle.
Yes, correct.
So transpiration
Got
is influenced by external as well as internal conditions. But
correct.
evaporation depends upon only external conditions.
Hmm.
Okay, transpiration is comparatively slow, evaporation is fast.
Got yeah.
ये differences याद रखना है. Okay,
ठीक है.
different modes of transpiration. कौन कौन
Road,
से होता है transpiration? Okay,
roadways, railways, airways.
transpiration. There are three methods. First one is cuticular,
Cuticular.
lenticular, and third one
Mm-hmm.
stomatal.
Yes.
ठीक है, ये तीन टाइप्स हैं ट्रांसपिरेशन के. ठीक है,
Okay.
by one.
Yeah.
First one, cuticular transpiration. It has come from the word cuticle.
Hmm. What is oh
Section देखेंगे तो outermost layer is the epidermis.
yes.
Epidermis के surface पे there is a non-cellular covering layer जिसको बोलते हैं cuticle.
अच्छा वो yes.
You imagine
Cuticle.
लोटस के लीफ में कैसा होता है, एकदम थिक एंड लेदरी होता है कि पानी डालो तो गीला नहीं होगा.
Yes.
Waxy cuticle about it.
Yes.
So transpiration can take place from the cuticle also, and cuticle
Okay.
you will find on the surface of stem and leaves both.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So cuticle, it's a non-cellular covering mostly made up of cutin and wax.
Wax. What is the cutin? Oh, cutin. Cutin. Yes.
Epidermal cells के ऊपर covering रहता है.
Yes.
Actually देखा जाए तो because of the cuticle there is a reduction in the loss of water. इसलिए if you see desert plants, they have
Yes. I
cuticle.
yes.
मोटे-मोटे leaves होते हैं. Aloe vera for example, very thick leaves. Okay, तो generally water loss को reduce करता है thickness के वजह से, but it cannot stop the permeability of water. It allows the water to pass through. इसलिए transpiration यहाँ से भी होता है.
Okay. Yeah.
On the thickness of the cuticle, the transpiration will also depend. So ज़्यादा thick cuticle होगा, so transpiration will be less. Got it? And this cuticle is in most of the leaves and all, they are even absent. It's not a constant layer.
Mm-hmm.
Getting it?
Yes.
So it's like cuticle से होने वाला transpiration is around 8 to 10% among all the dirt.
Okay.
Out of all the
Okay.
takes place, 8 to 10% is by cuticle. And sometimes if the cuticle is very thin or absent, or very thin, very thin, then up to 20% transpiration can also take place.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And because it's a cuticle, so इसका opening या closing करके कुछ नहीं, it is always there. So that's
Yes. Yes.
yes, both the times.
Okay. Got it. Yes.
Transpiration. समझा अच्छी तरह से?
Cuticle collar.
Lenticular transpiration.
Lenticular transpiration.
Lenticular has come from the word lenticels.
And I knew it. Yes.
Stem के surface पे कभी ऐसा देखा है white color के ऐसे dots रहते देखना?
Yes. हमेशा. Yes.
This is apple. Apple के ऊपर ऐसे white very minute white color dots.
Oh, that. Okay.
So they are pores. Okay, according to the lenticels, there are fine pores present on older parts of the plants.
Older parts.
So वो भी fruits के pericarp में या old stem के bark के layer में there can be these lenticels present.
Yes.
The transpiration can take place. And lenticels
Yes.
made up of complementary cells. होते हैं ना, इनमें cells भरे हुए होते हैं जिनको complementary cells बोलते हैं, which are loosely arranged.
Correct. Yes.
And amount of transpiration through the lenticels is the least, just around 0.1 to 1%.
Hair?
10% was from the cuticles. 0.1 to 1% is through the lenticels.
Okay, correct. Okay.
Also permanent pores. So again, there is no regulation. It can take place throughout day and night.
Got it. Yes.
Same.
Yes.
So cuticular
Yes.
है 8 to 10%. Lenticular है
Say
0.1
to 1%. Yes.
but the maximum
Throughout day and night.
takes place through the stomata.
Stomata. Oh, yes. I got it. Yeah.
So ये stomata क्या चीज है? They are. It is the most important mode, okay, of transpiration.
Yes.
Stomata are distributed on all the aerial parts of plants, maximum in the leaves, and some of them in the young stems.
Yes, correct.
तो स्टोमेटा होते क्या है? अगर ये लीफ है सपोज, इसका मैंने एपिडर्मल का पीलिंग निकाला, ट्रांसपेरेंट सा पील निकालकर आई कैन माउंट इट ऑन अ माइक्रोस्कोपिक स्लाइड एंड आई सी इट अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप. So I will see small pores like these, जिनको stomata.
Yes.
Each one, if you magnify and observe, so you will find that there are two kidney-shaped cells.
Yes.
जिनको बोलते हैं guard cells.
Guard cells. Oh, guard cells.
By
Yes.
epidermal cells.
Yes.
And guard cells, because of their positioning like that, between both the guard cells there is a pore. उस pore को बोलते हैं stoma.
Of course. Yes.
Is stomata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on the leaf cells, because of this pore, there are many such stomata which are present through which the transpiration can take place.
Great, I got it. Yeah.
Find to the leaf epidermis.
Leaf epidermis.
And the number of stomata, if you see, leaf ka upper surface and leaf ka lower surface. More number of stomata you will find generally on the lower epidermis.
Lower epidermis eyes.
है तो leaf है, so upper side is exposed to the hot sun, lower side not directly facing the sun. So
yes, correct.
The heat, अगर ऊपर ज्यादा स्टोमेटा रहेगा तो water loss will be very high. नीचे रहने के वजह loss will be comparatively less. So that's how they are getting it. And around 90 to 7% of transpiration takes place through stomata.
Okay, got it.
But another important feature is कि stomata का जो ये pore है, called a stoma, it can be opened and closed. Plants के अंदर वो regulation का ability.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
That's why stomatal transpiration takes place only during the day. Night time में
okay. Yes.
Transpiration during the night. Okay. Cuticular, reticular में हमने देखा कि they can take place throughout day and night.
Yes.
This one can take place only during the day when the stomata are open. So
yes.
का जो opening and closing है वो guard cells regulate करते हैं.
Yes, correct.
हो गया तो guard cells अपने दरवाजे बंद करो. Day time में open करो.
Got it. Got it. Okay, समझ गया.
So the mechanism of stomatal transpiration अगर हम देखेंगे तो it is very easy again. Almost all the similar things once again. कि root hair में से हुआ.
Yes.
के अंदर lateral translocation हुआ. It has come to the root xylem. From the water will move up through the xylem. Translocation we have seen. It will reach all the way to the leaves, the mesophyll cells. Okay, mesophyll cells में leaf में पानी use हो जाने के बाद extra amount of water will then pass through the leaf cells and it will reach the stoma. There's another diagram I'll show you. तो stoma के नीचे पहुंचने के बाद that water then comes out, which is transpiration. तो ये mechanism, इसका diagram देख. Okay. The same thing again. So water will just rise up in the stem.
Yes.
Okay, through the xylem.
Xylem vessel, yes.
Leaf veins into the mesophyll. The mesophyll cells will get the water. They will become turgid.
Turgid, yes.
के बाद भी और पानी आया जा रहा है, excess amount of water. So they release the water in the form of vapor, which will reach the intercellular spaces.
intercellular spaces.
Cellular spaces in the leaf has become more saturated, filled with.
Correct. हाँ.
वो
Yes.
पानी के अंदर बहुत ज्यादा रह नहीं सकते, ज्यादा हो रहा है और एब्जॉर्प्शन चल ही रहा है.
Correct.
So the cellular spaces are then connected with the substomatal chambers,
Substomatal chamber.
just below the stomata, inside the leaf.
अच्छा, yes. Correct. Yes. हाँ.
वो substomatal chamber पूरी तरह water vapor से भर जाते हैं.
हाँ. Yeah.
After atmosphere just outside the leaf, it is comparatively dry as compared to inside the leaf.
Yes.
जब पूरा वो सैचुरेट हो जाएगा तो वाटर वेपर फ्रॉम द सबस्टोमेटल चेंबर विल कम आउट थ्रू द स्टोमेटा
Yes.
एंड द आउटर एयर इज इन कांटेक्ट. लीफ जहां पर उसमें लीफ के आसपास हवा तो चल ही रहा है. तो वो
Yes. Yes. Correct.
that
You
is
told me. Yes.
got it here. See the arrow marks.
ये सारा समझा मुझे.
ओके ये जाइलम टिश्यू है. जाइलम में से बाहर निकला ये पैलिसेड, ये स्पॉन्जी मेसोफिल.
Correct.
तो
Yes.
हर सेल में भर जाने के बाद इन बिटवीन यू कैन सी द इंटरसेलुलर स्पेसेस कंप्लीटली फिल्ड विद.
Intercellular spaces. Yes.
ओके तो ये देखना, दिस इज स्टोमेटा इन द लोअर एपिडर्मिस.
Correct. Yes.
ऊपर अगर देखेंगे तो ये सबस्टोमेटल चेंबर है.
Substomatal chamber. Yes. अरे वाह.
वाटर इज कमिंग ओवर हियर, इट इज गेटिंग फिल्ड अप, वो सैचुरेट हो गया.
Yes.
When this is fully saturated, तो ये स्टोमेटा आउटर एयर से कनेक्टेड है, वाटर विल बी आउट.
Got it.
डाइकॉट लीफ में इस तरह से.
Okay. Got it.
इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड.
Yes. Easy to understand. Easy.
वेरी गुड.
हाँ.
तो अब देखते हैं कि ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ स्टोमेटा हाउ इट इज.
Only during the daytime.
नहीं, डे टाइम में ओपन, नाइट टाइम में क्लोज्ड, हाउ इट इज मैनेज्ड. ठीक है. See, ये जो ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ स्टोमेटा का फिनोमिनन है, दिस वाज एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय लेविट इन 1974.
अरे वो चॉकलेट का नाम है. Yes. Levitt.
साइंटिस्ट है वो.
1974. Okay.
Levitt in 1974 he explained in the form of proton transport theory.
Proton transport concept.
Yeah, so what happens is कि guard cells जो है, they are the ones which are controlling the opening and closing of the stomata.
Correct.
तो guard cells के अंदर पोटेशियम के आयंस का एक्टिव ट्रांसपोर्ट
Oh, okay.
coming
Okay.
in or going off for opening and closing. ये
Yes.
आसपास का स्टोरी है, ध्यान से सुनो. ठीक है. Now, wherever the guard cells are present, just surrounding the guard cells there are epidermal cells.
Yes.
Okay, तो epidermis के cells में सब stored है. Okay, all
अच्छा हाँ. Yes.
stored
Yes. Yes.
surrounding the guard cells epidermal cells. So during the
Yes.
daytime, ध्यान से सुनो, during the daytime what happens is the starch which is stored in the cytoplasm of the guard cells, it is converted into malic acid.
Malic acid.
Daytime में guard cells के cytoplasm में starch is converted into malic acid.
Malic acid. Okay.
That malic acid will now dissociate, giving rise to malate ions and H plus ions.
Okay. ठीक है.
Malic acid का dissociation, malate and H plus.
Yes.
Okay, अब जो H plus के ions बने, they will move out of the guard cells.
Okay.
तो जैसे ही H plus जो है वो guard cell से बाहर निकल गया, तो guard cells का ionic balance disturb हो गया.
Correct.
तो उसको वापस इक्विलिब्रियम में लाने के लिए from the surrounding epidermal cells there will be influx of K plus ions.
K plus ions. Okay. K plus ions.
Cells में
हाँ. Yes.
plus ions guard cells के अंदर आएंगे because the H is gone out. अब K plus अंदर आएगा तो पॉजिटिव आयंस है, उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए there will be intake of chloride ions also, Cl minus.
Yes. Yes.
This is happening
Okay.
daytime. ठीक है.
Levitt.
Time it is the reverse.
Hmm.
The night time photosynthesis slows down.
Yes.
Okay, because stomata
That.
night time में exchange of gases नहीं हो रहा है. So whatever gas is there inside वो increase हो रहा है concentration में because photosynthesis decrease हो रहा है.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The carbon dioxide concentration increases and that's why the pH becomes acidic.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
the pH become acidic around 5.
Okay.
Increased carbon dioxide के presence में there is one inhibitor substance called ABA, abscisic acid.
Abscisic acid.
Yes,
ABA. Okay.
Regulators. तो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड अगर ज्यादा रहेगा तो ABA तब उस टाइम पे फंक्शन करेगा एंड दैट
Yes.
will ensure that K plus and Cl minus का जो अपटेक है वो इनहिबिट हो जाए.
Oh, okay. ठीक है. Okay.
नाइट टाइम में स्लो डाउन हो जाएगा.
Yes.
Got it? So diffusion and
Got it.
permeability जो है गार्ड सेल्स का वैसे बदल देगा कि अब K plus and Cl minus को अंदर नहीं आने देगा.
हाँ. Okay. Got it. Okay. Got
K
it.
plus and Cl minus will move out from the guard cells.
Great. Got it.
So
Got it.
understood day and night time में क्या difference हो रहा है?
Yes. Got it. Total opposite.
Day time में K plus and Cl minus are intaken into the guard cell. And night time में K plus and Cl minus are given out of the guard cells.
Yes.
In the
Correct.
याद रखते हुए see the further steps. During the daytime, what is happening? Guard cells में K plus ions का accumulation हो रहा है. K plus अंदर आते रहने के वजह से solute concentration बढ़ गया.
Yes.
K plus is the solute concentration.
Yes.
So concentration उसका बढ़ने के वजह से what is happening? Water potential. Yes, you discussed about
Yes.
water potential also.
Yes.
Solute concentration बढ़ने की वजह से water potential decrease हो गया.
Yes.
Water potential जब decrease होगा तो there will be end osmosis that will take place.
Yes. Correct. And osmosis.
Enter the guard cells. तो water guard cells के अंदर आएगा तो guard cells will become
और
turgid.
ऐसा हो जाएगा. Yes. Correct. Turgid.
It will get its
Yes.
proper kidney shape.
Yes. Kidney.
Guard cells proper kidney shape में रहेगा तो बीच का जो स्टोमा है वो open रह जाएगा.
वो open हो जाएगा. Yes.
This is during the daytime.
Got it. Yes.
The reverse. K plus ions loss हो रहा है.
Loss हो रहा है.
Solute concentration decrease हो रहा है. Water potential
Correct.
increase हो रहा है.
बढ़ रहा है. Osmosis.
Osmosis होगा. Water will be
अच्छा, this was endosmosis. Exosmosis. Okay. Yes. Correct. Yes.
exosmosis होगा. Turgidity reduce हो गया. Flaccid हो रहा है cells. तो cells का अपना जो
Yes.
kidney shape है वो नहीं रहेगा. वो थोड़ा पिचका हुआ रहेगा. So stoma will be
Correct.
closed.
Okay. Got it.
Imagine H plus, K plus, Cl minus and water. इन सब का क्या रोल है गार्ड सेल्स को ओपन या क्लोज करने में?
Yes.
And that's how transpiration is regulated.
Wow. Okay. Got it.
जो
Yes.
कंसेप्ट है इसको प्रोटॉन ट्रांसपोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स करके बोला गया. ये थियरी एक्सप्लेन किया था लेविट ने 1974 टू एक्सप्लेन अबाउट
Levitt.
stomatal
Yes.
opening and closing. Any doubt?
Okay. Got it. No doubt.
ठीक है.
Continue.
इंटरेस्टिंग एग्जांपल्स ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. कि कितना ट्रांसपिरेशन होता है. ओके.
कितना?
One
Yes.
in general, when we talk about plants, they always do give out large quantities of water during transpiration.
Yes.
As an example, see this: a full-grown sunflower plant.
Yes.
Per day,
Oh.
उसका ट्रांसपिरेशन इतना है कि वो हवा में 1/2 लीटर ऑफ पानी छोड़ता है.
हाँ.
Sunflower plant. It gives
Yes.
1/2 liter of
अरे
water.
हाँ, you're not wrong. Yes, correct.
इतना ज्यादा
Yes.
transpiration. One sunflower plant. Now imagine an entire sunflower field. कितने सारे sunflower plants होंगे? सब में से आधा
Correct.
पानी पूरे दिन में जा रहे हैं. right? Similarly, a single maize plant. A maize plant can lose about 2 liters of water.
maize beer. Yes. Oh, I got it. Got it. Yes, I got it.
ये दोनों तो एकदम छोटे plants हो गए. Imagine a big tree, apple tree.
Oh no.
Apple tree can
Yes.
lose about 30 liters of water per
Oh
day.
my god. Okay, got it. Got it. I
तो
got it.
चीजों को हम को रिलेट कर सकते हैं कि what is the importance of growing plants for the environment.
Yes.
कि plants है तो हवा में इतना सारा ह्यूमिडिटी है, ठंडक है. जैसा ना wherever trees are cut down, plants are cut down, कैसे वहां पे गर्मी हो जाते हैं.
Yes.
Right? That's why plants are necessary. एक और example देखना. A large oak tree, apple tree,
Oak tree. Yes.
can lose up to 20,000 gallons of water.
What? This. Okay, got it. Yes.
Examples. These are just 4 examples of plants I've shown you.
Okay.
बाकी कितने species है, कितना सारा transpiration होता है. Shows you how much plants are important. So because of which, as a moral, we can understand कि transpiration की वजह से there is an increase in the moisture in the atmosphere, which helps to bring rain.
Rain. Yes.
There is a statement saying forests contribute in bringing rain. Transpiration is the secret.
Of course. Yes.
Understood the theory behind this?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So let us take a look at the factors that affect transpiration.
Effect.
Now,
Okay.
factors affecting transpiration are internal factors as well as external factors.
Factor. Of course. Yes.
जो plant के बाहर environment में factors हैं. So let us take a look at some external factors. First one, intensity of the sunlight.
Sunlight.
हमेशा constant नहीं रहेगा. Right? Sunlight intensity, maximum transpiration occurs during the day when the stomata are open. So sunlight अगर intense रहेगा, so there will be more transpiration taking place.
Correct. Yes.
Temperature also matters.
Yes, of course.
ज़्यादा transpiration as compared to lower temperature.
Yes, of course.
Very logical, right? Then thirdly, velocity also, because it transpiration related to evaporation. तो अगर हवा चले तो transpiration ज़्यादा better होगा. Sometimes there is no breeze, no wind at all, so transpiration ज़्यादा होगा. Getting it? Okay.
Getting it.
Now this is inversely proportional to transpiration. कि अगर external environment में humidity बहुत ज़्यादा है तो transpiration कम होगा.
अच्छा, then that way. Yes. हाँ, correct. Yes.
Suppose it's a weather where it's raining very heavily. बहुत बारिश पूरा humid weather है. उस टाइम पे जब धोकर सुखाते हैं वो जल्दी सूखता नहीं है. It remains wet for a very long time. Because already हवा humid है. हवा में और moisture लेने की capacity नहीं है. Same thing for transport. But imagine very hot weather, sunny weather. उसमें कपड़े सुखा दो, वो सूखेगा नहीं, वो इस्त्री होके आ जाएगा.
Yes, correct.
That is humidity, right? Carbon dioxide also matters.
Yes.
Carbon dioxide in the outside air normally 0.03% होता है. उससे ज़्यादा अगर carbon dioxide रहेगा, तो stomatal closure होगा, and transpiration will decrease. Got it? Okay. And atmospheric pressure.
Atmospheric pressure.
Yes. Increase in the pressure leads to decrease in the rate of transpiration.
Correct.
These are environmental factors which can affect transpiration. Along with that, factors within the plant which can also affect transpiration. Internal factors. And वो एक ही है कि plant के अंदर कितना water content है.
Okay, got it.
Insufficient absorption of water by the roots. So leaves में अगर पानी ही कम है, considering all the other environmental conditions are normal.
Yes.
But the leaves themselves have very less quantity of water, so transpiration will be reduced.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Yes.
So the only internal factor that affects transpiration is the amount of water content in the leaves itself.
Correct.
There are
Yes.
factors affecting transpiration.
Hmm.
Okay, and the last part that we are going to see is
So
about
yeah, only
the
one
significance of transpiration. Yes.
significance. So
Yes.
did you say last?
Significance का मतलब है we are going to see the plus points as well as the minus points of transpiration.
Okay. Yes.
Plus points, let us see the beneficial effects. कि transpiration के वजह से
Hmm.
फायदे होते हैं. Okay.
Yes.
क्या फायदा होता है? सबसे पहले because of transpiration, आज ही हमने देखा transpiration pull.
Hmm.
Transpiration pull है, इसीलिए there is a continuous water column maintained in the xylem.
Yes.
तो वो पुल के वजह से मेंटेन हो रहा है. That's why absorption and translocation is taking place.
Correct. Yes.
There is a mass flow of water from the soil to the roots.
Yes.
Transpiration also helps in that,
Hmm.
right? And because
Yes.
transpiration rate अगर ज़्यादा होगा, so from the xylem elements there is more rate of water translocation going on.
Correct. Yes.
Yes, and minerals which are dissolved in the water, they are also absorbed because of transpiration.
Correct.
हमने आज
Yes.
देखा transpiration pull, ascent of sap, mineral translocation. So transpiration
Hmm.
also plays a role over there.
Okay. Huh.
Transpiration, the most important component which is taking place is the water. तो लीफ का
Yes.
टेम्परेचर को रिड्यूस करने में हेल्प करता है. तो प्लांट्स डू नॉट गेट ओवरहीटेड.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as a human when we sweat, we feel cool.
Yes. That. Yes.
पंखे के नीचे बैठो, पानी स्वेट इवेपोरेट हो जाएगा तो हमें ठंडा लगता है.
Yes.
Imagine if you go to some native place, interiors of the villages in our country. वहाँ गर्मी कैसा
हाँ.
होता है? It is hot and dry. तो इतना गर्म होता है कि हमें पसीना भी नहीं आता, बट गर्म लगता है. तो we feel
Yes.
system is getting overheated.
हाँ.
Plants में भी ऐसे ही है. Transpiration can be correlated with sweating.
Sweating. Yes. Yes. Good example. Yes.
Right? Transpiration gives a cooling effect and protects the plant.
Yes.
Because of transpiration, the plant cells have the optimum degree of turgidity.
Turgidity. Yes. हाँ.
पानी पूरा भरा हुआ है proper. So transpiration
Yes,
also
yes.
contributes to that. And they function
Yeah.
efficiently. Getting it? And
Yes. Getting it.
absorb excess amount of water under fermentation condition and transpiration में वो release कर देते हैं. So there is optimum turgidity for the better growth and development of the plants.
Correct. Got it. Yes.
Plants will also grow. New cells will added. उनका turgidity बना रहेगा. So transpiration is necessary for that.
Yes.
Getting it? And lastly, because of
Getting it.
transpiration, mechanical tissue formation also takes place in plants.
Oh, mechanical tissues. Yes. Correct.
External strength provide करेगा, support provide करेगा.
Yes.
Yes, the beneficial effects. Let us take a look at the harmful effects. Transpiration harmful भी है. Okay, कैसे harmful है? Because it's an energy sapping process. बहुत ज़्यादा
Yes. That is the problem. Yes. Big
dehydration.
problem.
It's like when you sweat, you feel cool, but if you sweat too much, it is then problematic.
Yes.
Hydration हो जाएगा. So there is water deficit that is caused, and desiccation की वजह से plants में injury हो सकते हैं, fruit formation affected, ऐसे हो सकते हैं. And plants which are deciduous, transpirant से बचने के लिए वो leaves को shed कर देते हैं. So in the dry season they do not bear the leaves at all because they have to avoid transpiration.
Okay.
Okay. So transpiration जो है, but ultimately see major part of transpiration हमने देखा taking place through the stomata. Okay, now stomata, अगर किसी ने पूछा कि stomata का function क्या है, तो remember it is not transpiration.
What? Then?
Function transpiration नहीं है. Stomata का function exchange of gases.
you're not. Yes.
हाँ, स्टोमेटा को दिन में ओपन रखना पड़ता है so that gas exchange can be possible.
Yes. Yes.
Carbon dioxide and give out oxygen.
हाँ.
गैसेस एक्सचेंज के चक्कर में स्टोमेटा ओपन रखने के चक्कर में पानी इवेपोरेट होता है.
Correct.
ट्रांसपिरेशन इज अनअवॉइडेबल. गैस
Unavoidable. Yes.
So as Stewart in 1959 called this as unavoidable.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Please come on screen.
Another person called Curtis in 1926. उसने उसका पॉजिटिव साइड देखा and he said कि
Curtain.
this sapping, but transpiration also helps in absorption and translocation. So according to Curtis, transpiration is a necessary evil. दोनों बोला जाए.
हाँ.
Necessary है, unavoidable. ये लो.
Yes. Correct.
अच्छी तरह समझा. So with that we
Oh
come
my God. Oh.
we
Yes.
come to the end of this small lesson called plant water relation.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
पूरा in and out समझ गए. वो है
Yes.
absorption, translocation, transpiration. Any doubt in
Yeah.
transpiration?
No.
अच्छी तरह से
Not yet.
plant water relation पूरी तरह समझ में आ गया. I will pass on this PPT also to you. Okay.
Oh yes. Thank
So
you.
at the end, ready to answer some questions?
Okay. Fine. Go ahead. I'll try. Yes.
Question and tell the answer. Think and answer. कुछ भी अनाप शनाप नहीं बोलने का, ठीक है? Otherwise, I'll put you inside the xylem.
No. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Continue.
And बोल.
Stomata are present dash on the lower surface of the leaves. More or less. Stomata. Wait. Lower surface. Less.
Think. More or yes, more or less.
Lower surface of the leaf is lower surface of the leaf. That is more, na? Yes, more.
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 Right.
Answer is more.
Next.
More. The type of transpiration that takes place maximum is through option A. Okay, fine. I'll just try.
Easy.
The type of transpiration that takes place maximum. That's oh, you told me which Mama. Type of transpiration takes place maximum.
Takes place through the. Okay, I'll give you options.
Yes, please give me options.
Cuticle, lenticel, stomata.
Stomata.
So easy था ना? बिना option का भी.
Yes. Yes.
Next.
I should be option के बिना आना चाहिए.
Yes.
Because the cuticle dash will be the rate of the cuticle के बारे में what did you say? Because the cuticle dash will be the rate of less thicker. No, sorry. No. Wait. Because the cuticle less will be the rate of.
Very good. Next.
Transpiration increases dash in the atmosphere. What, moisture? Yes.
Next.
Yes. Transpiration can bring about dash effect to the plant. Heating, cooling, burning. Cooling.
Very good.
Yes. Next. Dash are fine pores. Pore. This will come इसमें lenticle. नहीं रुको एक मिनट. Dash are fine pores present older parts of the plant. अरे वो oak. What did you say about that? Lenticle.
Lenticel.
Sorry.
Lenticel. Yes. Next.
Stomata are completely absent in the dash of the plant.
What's the answer?
Stomata are completely absent. Oh, you told me. Leaves, no. Flowers, root.
It is the roots. Underground है ना?
Yes.
Underground क्यों रहेगा?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Next.
Rate of transpiration.
बोलो, rate of transpiration. Hello, Supriya.
Which one?
Transpiration. This one.
Increases.
Rate of transpiration increase in the
Increases.
pressure. Decrease.
Yes. Why?
Inversely proportional है pressure से.
Oh, it is inversely oh no. Okay, got it. I got it.
ये बोलो.
When the stomata opens, the turgidity of guard cells increases. नहीं. अंदर तो increases. It decreases.
Increases. Correct है.
Why?
Increase होगा तो stomata open होगा ना? Because turgidity.
Opposite है. Yes, correct. It is the opposite. Yes, correct. It increases. You're right. Transpiration is dash proportional to the wind velocity. Transpiration is directly proportional to the proportional. Yes, got it.
And the last one.
Last. During night time, there is dash of loss. Loss, na how? Iron by guard cells. Yes. But daytime it gains.
Very good. Perfect. So with that, we have come to the end of one more lesson from your 12th standard portion, and that is plant water relation. That is completed. ये पूरा कहानी अच्छे से होगा. Any doubt in the lesson? But you have all the points. Yes, you have to. Okay. Okay, so next session we are going to continue with molecular basis protein synthesis.
Yes.
Yeah.